Imagine landing in the United States expecting the usual buzz, full parking lots, packed restaurants, tourists chatting in different accents. But something's missing. No more clusters of French-Canadian voices, no sea of Ontario license plates. And for certain states that absence is more than a curiosity, it's an economic emergency. Canadians aren't just visitors, they're lifelines. Their winter escapes, weekend trips and shopping runs across the border have quietly kept parts of the US economy afloat for years. But lately, that support is vanishing. Let's take a closer look at 10 states feeling the brunt of this invisible exodus. Number 10, Florida. In winter, Florida usually comes alive with Canadian retirees. Whole neighborhoods transform into little slices of the North. But now, things are changing. RV parks sit quiet, beachfront condos remain empty. According to state travel agencies, over 3.5 million Canadians once visited annually. Now, airline bookings are down, and local businesses, from pancake diners in Sarasota to fishing charters in Naples, are reporting steep declines in revenue. These aren't just off days, they're warning signs. Many towns are built entirely around winter tourism. With fewer snowbirds booking seasonal stays, business owners are trimming hours or shutting down altogether. Florida's sunny image hides an unsettling truth. Without Canadian dollars, entire communities may lose their spark. Number 9, California. California has long been a dream destination, not just for Americans but for Canadians too. From LA's beaches to San Francisco's cable cars, it's been a top international spot. But recently, travel data shows Canadian arrivals dropped over 15% year over year. This decline hits more than hotels. Local coffee shops, tour companies, and even mom-and-pop surf shops are struggling. Empty tables and shorter tour schedules are becoming common in cities that once bustled with global travelers. California's economy is massive, yes, but it still notices when a top foreign market starts pulling away. Number 8, Nevada. The excitement of Las Vegas used to greet visitors the moment they landed. But these days, there's a noticeable gap. It's not silent, but it's emptier. Fewer people pulling slot machines, shorter lines for shows, more vacant rooms in big resorts. What's missing? Canadian tourists. Vegas has always thrived on outside money. Now, Canadian visitors are down sharply in 2025, affecting everything from convention halls to blackjack tables. Locals are seeing the ripple. Fewer taxi rides, lower restaurant tips, and trimmed show schedules. Resorts across Nevada, from Laughlin to Reno, are offering deeper discounts just to stay afloat. What happens when one of your most consistent visitor groups disappears? Nevada is starting to find out. Number 7, New York. In upstate towns like Plattsburgh and Buffalo, weekends used to mean a wave of Canadian shoppers crossing over for deals. Now, those crossings are down significantly, and the silence is deafening. Gas stations, outlet malls, and pharmacies that once thrived on Ontario traffic are reporting sluggish sales. Even New York City hasn't escaped the slowdown. With fewer Canadian tourists, restaurants near Times Square and Broadway are rolling out discounts and promotions that didn't exist just a year ago. But the effects go deeper than storefronts. When tourism falls, so do local tax revenues, impacting community programs and transit services. For a state that relies heavily on cross-border commerce, this shift isn't just inconvenient, it's destabilizing. Number 6, Texas. Texas may not be the first place you think of when it comes to Canadian tourism, but the connection runs deep, especially in the winter months. Canadian snowbirds have long favored destinations like Galveston and South Padre Island. But that pipeline is starting to dry up. In 2025, Texas saw nearly a 20% drop in Canadian arrivals compared to pre-pandemic numbers. Small businesses, from fishing outfitters to beachfront restaurants, are reporting sluggish winters. And in towns that rely on seasonal rentals, whole neighborhoods now sit dormant. The economic fallout stretches from grocery stores to real estate markets. Texas isn't just missing tourists, it's missing a key piece of its seasonal identity. Number 5, Arizona. In Arizona, winter used to bring a population boom. Snowbirds settling in for months, playing golf, visiting doctors, and spending freely. Many even bought second homes in communities built with their presence in mind. But in 2025, that influx is shrinking. Seasonal visitor permits are down. Maricopa and Pima counties, hotbeds for Canadian retirees, are seeing fewer renters and more vacancies. Clinics that once catered to a steady flow of Canadian patients are now overstaffed. Even golf courses, long used to full tee times, are offering specials just to get players back. And as this demographic starts eyeing alternative destinations like Mexico or Europe, Arizona is left wondering, will those lawn chairs ever be filled again? Number 4. Michigan. Michigan's connection to Ontario has always been more than geographic. It's economic. Border towns like Sault Ste. Marie and Port Huron have built entire economies around Canadian shoppers and weekend visitors. But recently, vehicle crossings have dropped by over 30%. That decline has hit local businesses hard. Casinos are quieter, malls are struggling, and even basic services, like pharmacies and dental clinics, are feeling the slowdown. With fewer Canadians making the trip for groceries, entertainment, or services, some towns are beginning to feel hollowed out. And while state officials scramble to attract other tourists, replacing decades of Canadian loyalty isn't easy. Number 3. Ohio. Ohio has long been a favorite for Canadian families looking for quick getaways. Think Cedar Point, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and Lake Erie, but that dependable flow has thinned drastically. Visitation from Canada is down more than 25%, and the signs are everywhere. Weekend hotel occupancy is slipping. Outlet malls are seeing shuttered stores. Local festivals that once welcomed thousands from across the border are downsizing. Even counties are reporting lower tax income, which could affect everything from school funding to road repairs. Ohio's tourism might not be flashy, but it's consistent, or at least it was. Now, that reliability is in question. Number 2. Washington. For decades, border towns in Washington state thrived on their proximity to British Columbia. Quick day trips for gas, groceries, and shopping were common for Canadians living in Vancouver and beyond. But today, traffic at some border crossings is down almost 40%. That sharp decline is hurting retailers in Whatcom County and beyond. Parking lots that once overflowed are half empty. Even national chains are reconsidering their presence in towns that once boomed with cross-border activity. On top of that, airline travel from Canada to Seattle has dipped, prompting route cuts and higher fares. Washington is learning a harsh truth. When your economy depends on cross-border movement, even a quiet shift can hit like a thunderclap. Number 1. Illinois. Illinois may not scream Canadian tourism hub, but dig into the data, and a different story emerges. Chicago has long attracted Canadian business travelers and vacationers alike. Direct flights, cultural attractions, and big events kept the flow strong. Until now. In 2025, Canadian visits to Illinois dropped by nearly 30%. Museums are slashing ticket prices, hotels are offering last-minute deals, even McCormick Place, a massive engine for conventions, is seeing lighter attendance from Canadian participants. Outside Chicago, smaller cities that once benefited from road-tripping Canadians are watching those trips fade away. The drop isn't explosive, but it's cumulative, and the longer it continues, the more it affects local economies, jobs, and the state's broader financial health. What we're witnessing isn't a minor dip in visitor numbers, it's a shift with real consequences. For jobs, small businesses, and local governments. As Canadian tourism slows, some American states are discovering just how much they depended on it. So the next time someone wonders why a favorite diner closed or why a local festival got canceled, the answer might trace back north of the border. And if this trend continues, recovery won't be just about attracting new tourists. It'll be about redefining entire economies. Found this eye-opening? Subscribe for more insights like this. Hit the like button if you learned something new. And share this with someone who cares about what's really happening in America's travel towns.